Okay, so the first epic pony rap battle of Equestria is Twilight Sparkle versus Trixie, and that's one that, at least as much as any of the others, definitely makes sense that I'm sure fans would want to see, so, alright, let's see how it stacks up.
EPBoH rap battles of Equestria! Twilight Sparkle versus the great and powerful Trixie!
This is an original beat too, yeah, so...
They call me Trixie, the master bitch of all magic spells. You say your name is Twilight Sparkle? That don't ring any bells. I've slayed an Ursa Major.
Does not sound a
All
thing
your
like
features
Trixie.
minor. I'll take you back to school, try and show you who's the best rhymer. I've got crowds from everywhere that come to see my magic. My spells are straight electrifying. I'm dropping guys, it's tragic. So check yourself, you impudent foe. I'll make you stagger. By the way, your whole looks kinda like go take some out. And while you're at it, just put the books down, you freaking nerd. You'd have to read to know how to breathe. You're fucking that absurd. I thought the books were better
drop
than you.
F-bombs
Hey,
here.
Bella's still got more class, so just take a pass. Cause if you keep coming, then Trixie will
Twilight
come
pun.
at your
Dear Princess Celestia, I learned this today. Some nerds like Trixie talk shit. What else can I say? To make it worse, they're cocky, always leaving you sweating. But when they're talking like a bitch, then go and teach them a lesson. You say your spells are great and powerful. I learned from the best. You're just a washed up Vegas reject who failed her magic test. I've got a dragon with wits that are sharper than razors. What kind of friends you got, bitch?
Oh,
Smoke
Spike.
machines and some lasers. Magic is my element. I do not need to be told. Bitch, I was Captain Starter Magic when I was just a fool. You're a fraud, a bigger chicken than Scootaloo. I was have chosen by the princess. Now where the
Most
fuck
of the
is
memes.
you?
Chosen by troll? Your pretty name's bloke. She
Another
probably
meme.
just chose you as one of her big fucking jokes. I'll beat you down, twine, make you cry, so best watch what you're starting. I'll leave you so stunned, they'll send you back to magic kindergarten.
Now, Spike, take a ladder, cause the bitch doesn't know the kind of nightmare night she's bringing when she puts on the show. Silly mare, tricks are for kids, you fucking failure. But don't worry, girl, though you
Just one
said
good line.
you still got sips and snails.
Who won? Who's next? You decide. EPBoH rap battles of Equestria!
Okay, this one goes on a little longer. Is it just let the beat run out? Decide on the next one. Looks like that's Twilight and Pinky again, and then nah, I don't think that one actually happened. So okay, if you can't tell from my reaction, I didn't really like that one as much. I mean, well, it had, I guess, well, it had an original beat, so I gotta give points for that. But I mean, I wasn't paying real close attention, but I think they had even more lines, but none of them really kind of packed the same punch. I mean, like the epic pony battles of history, yeah, all of them, even Pinky versus Twilight, it seemed like they were focusing on thinking of lines with some bite to them. I mean, Tricks Are for Kids was kind of funny, but I mean, I don't know, this one, I mean, not that there were disses in this one, obviously, but I mean, it seemed just kind of more typical. I mean, it seemed like they just kind of thought of something and then let it through. Okay, well, yeah, not much more to say. I mean, I don't know how well, okay, I'm not going to speculate on how I would have done it better, which, I mean, I wouldn't have. Let's get that out of the way right now, but, I don't know, it's just, it wasn't terrible, it's not great, I mean, I'm not even sure what to say. I mean, it was okay, I could see that being fun novelty, but yeah, just, yeah, no, I mean, it's stuff like this that makes you realize why the other ones were entertaining, because, you know, they did kind of get into it, they did sort of think of what each of these characters would have to say to each other, and I mean, okay, I guess, it wasn't bad. I mean, I'm thinking like a 2.5 out of 5 or a 3. I mean, maybe because it had an original beat, I'll give it a 3. But okay, rough start for epic pony rap battles of Equestria. So okay, but let's see. That, however, is not one of the ones that people singled out as one that they especially like. Nobody came telling me that they like Trixie versus Twilight from epic pony rap battles of Equestria. They did come to me telling me that they like both of the next two, so we'll see if they're better. Okay, so this one is Big Mac versus Prince Blue Blood, and Yeah, I think, I don't know how you can not be on Big Mac's side ahead of time. Oh, I forgot to pick who won in Trixie versus Twilight. Well, Twilight got me with Trickster for Kids. Twilight did technically have more to talk down to her for, so, I mean, they both brought pretty typical disses, but, yeah, I'm gonna give it to Twilight, so. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, Prince Blueblood versus Big Mac, and I'm pretty sure everyone's on Big Mac's side going into this, but, yeah, I'm gonna be interested to see how Blue Blood raps, but, okay. Ready, go.
Epic pony rap battles of Equestria!
So,
Prince
this one's gonna use
Blueblood
original beats. Oh, and
versus
I guess original animation this time.
Max, begin!
Oh, please, you little papa, do you know who I am? I'm a prince. Against me, I'm surprised that you can stand.
He's gonna be this
They send
kind of
some
guy,
filthy
huh?
locals to fight? Oh, how absurd. How can you rap battle? You only know 2 words. You're such a joke. When you were a dog, you had more brains. Spend less time with colts, and we won't think that you're gay. You call this game a rap battle? Well, this will be over quick. But I'm not leaving till I teach this mother
He's
few
trying to
brand
set
new
himself up
tricks.
as a
There's
pimp.
nothing big about you. You won't leave anyone wowing. That's probably why your garden is the only field that you're plowing. I'll leave your eyes dripping in circles by the end of the song. And you'll
Yeah,
keep
he's
saying
bringing
to
it.
yourself,
I just don't know what went wrong.
Seems like he's just beating on him now.
You like to talk a big game, you sure are pompous. Yep. But everything that you said just doesn't seem to add up. Now audit me if I'm wrong. You see, I'm no good at math. I don't need to know what
Everyone always assumed that Big Mac is stupid. That is so not fair.
The sharpest of nails.
He's still coming back at him. He's not afraid to talk down to him here.
You're not cut out for this game. Oh, by the way, you have a little bit of dirt in your mane. They call you Blue Blood? I'm sure not.
Mac knows how to hit him where it hurts.
If any pony is a joke here, it's probably you. You've gone way out of your league. Just pack your bags and go home. They call me big for a reason. Too much to handle on your own.
You're taking
little
lunch
stallion
and
here.
apples to the head, you big fool. Go back to your schmoopy whoopie pie, cause you're about to get schooled. Too
Mac,
much to
leave your
handle
game
on
face
my
on.
own.
That's
Oh,
a
you think
basic
that you're
rookie
scary?
error.
You got tricked by your sis, a chicken, and dictionary. This ain't
the
a
other guy's
rodeo,
taking his
you
turn.
pig. Now get the dirt off your coat, cause while you're stuck in the mud, I'm in the air on a boat. Go bring the smarty pants and cry yourself to sleep, you big dope. Do you still
use.
think you can win? Because the answer's
Nope. Every rose has its thorn. Well, you
that.
could have fooled me because you sure ain't no flower, Prince. You're more like a weed. I'll fuck you like a rotten apple.
time to
Kick
get
you out in
poetic.
the rain. You're not a prince, Blue Blood. You're just a big royal pain. Where's your charming attitude now? What's wrong? Are you scared? Because I shot you down like rarity
just
or
got
some
real.
other mare? You better saddle up and leave before I show you some harm. So get your royal ass up and get the fuck off my farm.
Who won? You decide. Who's next? Community Spotlight. Epic. Pony.
Okay, so
Rap battles of
do
Equestria.
another multiple choice like the last one. Yes, man. Brony Dance Party. Like the names of the people who did the voices and the. Okay, apparently not. But okay. Now, admittedly, they did give more of the good lines there to Blue Blood, but in the end, it didn't really seem to matter. Big Mac just knew right what to call him out on until by the end there was definitely no doubt to be had over who was the real stallion and who was the wuss. So, okay, I'm gonna give that one to Big Mac. Well done. You held your ground very nicely. But okay, so. As far as how good that one was, I mean, yeah, I don't know why everyone always assumes Big Mac is stupid just because he doesn't talk a lot. That is very not fair, but, although, yeah, he definitely made up for that with some of his lines. I'm sure that's not the only thing Blue. They went, this series is definitely more willing to say stuff like that, but, that's gotta hurt. That was just about a perfect singer from him, but, okay, so, let's see, I guess, a couple of lines in there I maybe didn't like, but no, that was a lot of fun. Let's see, had original animation and an original beat, so yeah, nothing too much I can take points off for there. I'm gonna have to say, I was about to say a 5 out of 5, but I don't know, like, was that as good as Vinyl versus Octavia? Okay, I mean, like, it seems like it was pretty even with Chrysalis versus Discord, but I guess I have to give an additional point for original animation there. So okay, maybe I don't know if I like it quite as much as Vinyl Scratch versus Octavia, but I'm still gonna have to say a 5 out of 5. So okay, nice comeback for Epic Pony Rap Battles. So okay, but anyway, this last one is Iron Will versus Zecora, and this one actually I got a warning ahead of time that this one didn't actually have even animation lifted from the show. Somebody else had to add it, so yeah, I went to a different channel to get the version with animation, just, well, animation from the show cut in at least, just so you have something to look at here. So, okay, here we go. Iron Will versus Zecora.
Epic rap battles of Equestria! Iron Will versus Zecora! Begin! Get back, Rudy Stripe, it's about to go down. Make way for the greatest motivator around. Iron Will's the name, training ponies is my game, and my beat will hit you harder than the grill of a train. You got your feet full of peat, I got rock hard abs, so just crawl back in your hut and keep cooking your hash.
It seems like a character who was definitely kind of meant to do this.
Get a jive talking horse. Ooh, you talking tongues, they think you're a
Get
freak.
back,
I'm a scooter
Rudy
real
Stripe.
fast, but it won't come cheap. Bringing the pain in the name of the great Iron Will.
The
You
line
got
in the animation
service,
there.
now I'm serving you the bill.
Have you gone mad? Don't be wasting my time. Do you dare challenge me to a battle of rhyme? My advice
Oh, yeah, he's
is
screwed.
safe. All you do is gloat. At least I never ride the backside of a goat. Are you feeling shy? Come look me in the eye. You'll never beat me, but you're welcome to try. I'm the very last mare you want to provoke. Your mighty pecs, oh heavy hex, by my poison joke. You're full of a bull, keep me stuck in like a tool. I don't mean to be cruel, but you're gonna lose the dollar. Wipe away the years of the dread cutie pox, but no pony can help your numbskull full of rocks.
You blow voodoo smoke while I bring in results. I can motivate the
He's
fly
still
with
trying.
hair and coat. Cut the witch, Dr. Crap, and let me take the lead. I'll show you how it's done. Satisfaction guaranteed. I hate to be you. Now you done rattled my cage. I turn shy little ponies into balls of rage. You're
bringing it.
straight rules when I blow my fuse. You wanna rap against me? Then I'll wrath against you.
Big talk from a thug who got beat by a tree. Throw your tantrum,
Game
boy,
over.
it don't matter to me. You think you can survive these neck of the woods? You're in Everfree now, and this here is my hood. I'm a rhyming enchantress with spellbinding dances. Roam back to your maze, cause you've run out of chances. I'll tell you anew, and then when I am through, I'll serve you in a pot of my boiled beef stew.
Who won?
And drop the mic.
You decide.
I mean, okay, I guess, like, Iron Will is, I mean, a pretty good character to use for that. In fact, he even has his own rhymes that he at least uses sometimes, so, okay, I can see why they pick him out of everyone to go against Zecora, but yeah, I think pretty much anyone would have been doomed from the start there. This is, I mean, okay, I said characters born to do this. Okay, Zecora is the character who was born to do this. I think her verses there, especially that first one, the single best of anything I've heard in, I think, pretty much either series, possibly even DJ Pawn 3, the Final Scratch, but okay, that one, alright, well, they didn't even, the original video didn't even have animation, but okay, with the animation cut in there, and maybe even without it, okay, those were just, like, great, perfect voices for the characters, and I think some of the best versions, like even Iron Will's, were probably better than most of the others I've heard, so, okay. In spite of the lack of animation there, or at least original animation, that is going to have to be a 5. That was a ton of fun there. So, okay, that is right up there with DJ Bond 3 versus Octavia for the best there. So, okay, very well done. Epic Pony Rap Battles of Equestria. That was great comeback there. So, okay, now as for which is the better one, okay, so it took a minute to gather my thoughts on that, and first of all, I came up with the beat that I couldn't think of before for Twilight versus Pinkie Pie. That was from Albert Einstein versus Stephen Hawking. So, okay, I've officially proved that I watched too many epic rap battles. But, alright, so, anyway, though, the score overall, taking the average of all the scores I gave each series, the 6 in Epic Pony Battles of History, they average out to 4.17, and the 3 scores I gave to each battle in Epic Pony Rap Battles of Equestria averages 4.33. So, okay, if you're going purely on which one scored the higher numbers overall, then Epic Pony Rap Battles of Equestria is the winner. But there are a few other things to take into account there, because first of all, I think, well, that's a very close score, but on top of that, I was thinking of, I was kind of debating with myself, I think, on whether to give all three of the Epic Pony Rap Battles of Equestria half-point lower scores, and if I'd done that even once, it would have been a tie, so, okay, there's that, and then on top of that, Epic Pony Battles of History, it has what I would probably say was the best battle overall, DJ Pon 3 versus Vinyl Scratch, whereas Epic Pony Rap Battles of Equestria has the worst one. Trixie versus Twilight Sparkle was the only one where I wasn't even sure it was worth it for even fans of this kind of thing, so okay, that's tough. And most importantly though, Epic Pony Battles of History has more battles in it. It had to keep this up over twice as many rap battles, and granted, well, keep it up, it had to warm up to reach its best level, but no, even so, if you just took its three highest scores and made them what we were comparing, then 3 against 3, it would be the winner. And in fact, even if you took its two best and its one worst, two great ones and a bad one, an okay one, but even then, that's 5, 4.5, and 3.5 against 5, 5, and 3, that'd be a tie, so okay, there's a lot you could throw back and forth here. I mean, you could make the argument that more good overall came from Epic Pony Battles of History, more good stuff, so okay, and I'd have to say that overall it kind of depends on what kind of a fan you are. If you're someone who just like loves the concept of this, the more the better, then I'd have to say that Epic Pony Battles of History is the better series, and if you're someone who, I mean, likes it okay, maybe just wants one or two, and then that's enough for you as long as they're good enough, high standard, then I'd have to say Epic Pony Rap Battles of Equestria is the better one, but if you're taking my opinion on which one you should check out, then I'd say either way, you'd kind of want to check out both, because if you're someone who wants as many as possible, then, well, duh, and then if you're someone who wants only one or two of the best, then, well, Epic Pony Battles of History had the one that I think was the best overall, so that should be the first one you go to, so, okay, you can make the case either way, and, yeah, well, really, they seem like they were projects with different mindsets, each of them. Like, Epic Pony Battles of History seemed like the one that was, more of the just fan having fun sort of project. It seemed most interested in just how much fun it could have with this. The references it could think of seemed like it was just really getting into the idea of these two, of, each character going up against one another, just loving the, and, Epic Pony Rap Battles of Equestria. I'm never going to get tired of saying that title, but it seemed like the one that wanted to more just show what it could do to, well, it was thinking up its own beats from the start, and then, by the second one it was using original animation, and I guess, but well, by the third one I guess they were already moving on to other projects or other whatever things to do, because, didn't have time to animate that one, so, okay, that, seems like, two very different mindsets, and looking at them, I'd say, each has its benefit, and I mean, that's probably why Epic Pony Battles of History ended up with more entries, if I'm right, that is, because, that would mean that that's the one that was more just, the creator was more just doing it because they thought it was a lot of fun to do, so, well, the one who's yelling Epic Pony Battles of History, if I remember that, sounds like it was a guy, so I'll say he, but, no, I could probably look up somewhere who it was, but, alright, anyway, that aside, alright, I think that's pretty much all I have to say, depends on what you're looking for. I hope that's not too much of a cop-out answer, but, you have my complicated number scoring system all pulled off the top of my head, so, alright, you can't say I copped out completely, but, alright, so, just let me know what you'd like to see me react to next, and, hope you're having a good week. See you next time.